All right, let me get everybody unmuted here. Miss Emily is back.
The queen retakes her throne.
And let me unmute Barry here. All right.
See how my laugh was muted.
Yeah, we don't need to hear your laugh.
It just goes.
Yeah, it was the. Oh gosh! Hello, everybody. Welcome to our ThrillGeek This Week live stream. Kind of a slow week as far as theme park news goes, but we're still here. We're going to chit chat about the few things we have to talk about, and then as usual, we will spend the last few minutes talking about some movies, some TV shows, and whatever else we want to kind of nerd out about, as we usually do the last few minutes. It usually goes off the rails, and we just kind of talk about whatever. We try to keep it pop culture, but sometimes it gets a little crazy. So, anyway.
How have you been, Emily?
Yes.
Living the dream every day, working for Michaela Mouse.
Michaela Mouse.
Michaela Mouse. No, I'm surviving. I'm alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we missed you, Emily. We did. We really
Yes.
I miss you guys.
Yeah. I think the last time I saw you in person was Christmas Epcot, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I think so. So
I saw her last
I went to
week.
Barry's house last week, so sorry.
Yeah, for dinner.
I know, and
They
we were
made
supposed
me
to do the
chicken
whole
nugget nachos. What are you doing?
chicken nugget nachos.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What is this
They were real
sorcery?
Real good. There's
Yeah.
bacon on there too.
Chicken
What
nugget.
do- what
The
do you do?
sorcery.
What are you doing for me, Clint?
The sorcery is sin. That's what the sorcery.
Yeah,
is.
basically.
Oh, Sin's behind the whole thing. So
Sit in her air fryer all day long.
air fried chicken nuggets. That's the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
So.
They slapped. I ate it for lunch the next day too. So
Oh. Barry, what have you been up to? Anything exciting happened last week? This week?
chicken nugget nachos, duh.
Besides chicken nugget nachos? I saw you went
Chicken
to
nugget
you went to Epcot a couple more times, see some more Broadway.
I haven't
Yeah, I
even
went
gone once for Festival of the Arts, and Barry's like literally gone every single day.
He goes every day.
Yes.
We know this, yeah.
I actually bought some art this time, like an actual like limited edition canvas for the first time. So
What'd you get? What artwork?
I got the it's a
Figment.
haunted mansion. It's a haunted mansion piece. Shocking,
Shocked.
I know. But it's
Shocked
of course I
Why
can't
did you
see
go
it.
Italian?
and seen.
Mamma mia.
It's a haunted mansion piece, but the style actually fits in with our sort of mid-century modern home. So it's not for the spooky bedroom. This is actually going to go up in the living room. So.
Oh, send me. I'll have to see it. You didn't post a picture of it or anything, did you?
No,
I'll have to
He's
see it.
trying
Send me a
to
picture.
save it.
because I might have had a friend of Michaela buy it for me. So
Michaela, Michael. I mean, it's they them pronouns.
gotta take advantage of Michaela's 40% off discount. So.
For now.
Uh,
It wasn't me, by the way.
As far as me, not a whole lot happened. Connor had his surgery, got his arm fixed.
He's
so
a Terminator now.
yeah, he is part Terminator now. Yeah, I was gonna play that at the hospital, like when he was coming home. The
Just
Terminator
wheeling
theme.
down in the wheelchair.
I was gonna show him the scene where he like cuts his arm and like takes his
Oh
skin
my
off
God,
and
no.
it's metal. Like Connor,
That
this
still
is what happened to you.
traumatizes me as a 29-year-old adult.
Yeah, that part is that scene's pretty.
I can't watch that scene, and I can't watch the scene from the first movie where he like cuts around his eye. No,
Oh yeah, isn't that from the
and
first
it looks
one? Yeah.
so fake. I understand that, but I can't watch it.
So yeah, Connor had his surgery. So that's all for the time being. Because he's eventually gonna have that. The X-ray's crazy. Like he has this like
Did you like
giant
tap it?
metal
hear it?
yeah, it's almost like a triangle of
Weird.
metal in his arm. So, anyways, he's all taken care of. He's back to school. Luckily, there was no downtime. I thought he was gonna have to be out of school for like a couple days, but no, he went back to school yesterday. So, luckily, we had the
Good for
surgery
him.
on Friday, or was it Thursday or Friday? He had the surgery. Anyways, but he had the weekend to kind of recuperate and get back to It was a very minimal surgery. So he was literally when he had the surgery a couple hours later, he was home and he was wanting to play Nintendo Switch, and he was being the obnoxious Connor that we all know and love.
Love that for him.
So, anyways, without further ado, hello everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? Chat's kind of quiet tonight. It's kind of slow tonight. Kind of a slow evening.
It's because I'm here.
No, it's not.
No.
Stop.
I gotta go.
If you're watching, say hello. Say hi in the chat. We're going to get going here with the few theme park goodies that we have. Let me bring up my screen share here. Nope, we're going to end with that. Spoiler alert. So, first things first, we got the menu for the Roundup Rodeo Barbecue coming to Toy Story Land and an opening date, which is March 23rd, finally. This is another venue that's taken a while to get open by Disney.
Chatter biscuit.
How many years was that building that building up?
Well,
Since it opened.
I was trying They
didn't it
stopped
start-
it, didn't they?
Yeah, it started before the pandemic,
The panini.
the panini, and then it stopped for a while,
Yeah.
and then now it's
No. Don't you scroll past those cheddar biscuits. Mm-mm.
Yeah. First up here, let's go through the menu really quick. First up is the Prospector's homemade cheddar biscuits served with sweet pepper jelly. So those look really
Very good.
And then we have some salads here. Blah, let's skip the salads. No. There's a
I mean, we
tomato
can though.
Yeah, you're right. There's a tomato salad.
Ugh.
And which is tomatoes, cucumbers, pickled red onions, tossed in a white balsamic vinaigrette, and garnished with fresh dill. That does not sound something I would enjoy. And then there's a Rex's romaine and kale salad. Romaine and kale mixed with green apples, pumpkin seeds, and dried cranberries tossed with green goddess dressing.
That's not too bad.
And then there's a watermelon salad, which is cubed watermelon garnished with freshly torn mint leaves. So
Watermelon salad isn't a thing. It's you chopping up watermelon, putting it in a bowl.
putting in a few mint leaves and calling it a salad. So there you go. And then we're on to the meats. The meats. We have the meats. There is Evil Doctor smoked ribs, fall off the bone pork ribs, slow cooked for hours in their on-site smokehouse. Buttercup's beef brisket, which is hand-sliced beef brisket, smoked then slow cooked to juicy perfection. There's a sausage in my boot. Everybody got a good laugh out of that when they announced that, which is spiced pork sausage, fire grilled over live oak to give it an added kick. And then last but not least for the meats, there is a barbecue chicken with style.
I love how they gave up with naming things. They're like, here's fancy. Also, we have barbecue chicken.
Yeah. Chicken brine for 48 hours rubbed with our secret backyard barbecue spice and smoked to tender juiciness.
Yum.
And then they are going to have some plant-based offerings for those of you that are looking for that sort of thing. There is a slow-smoked cauliflower topped with sweet harissa. Did I say that right?
Isn't that like an Indian seasoning?
It almost sounds like an Indian type
Pretty
seasoning.
sure.
Drizzle and crunchy walnut gremolata.
I don't know about that one.
I always love hearing you murder these.
Yeah.
I love listening to white men.
This is my speciality. These are actually a little bit easier than some of the other menus we usually go through on this.
I would
thing.
like for you to read the entire Mardi Gras menu right now.
Oh geez, see, yeah, that's it. That's just it. Well, we're gonna look at the Seven Seas one, which has some wild things on it. So let's.
I can't wait.
Let's wait for that later. And then there's oven roasted bratwurst, and then Impossible rib chop. Then it says all entrees are served with an assortment of sweet, traditional, and spicy barbecue sauces.
I mean, I would definitely, if I ever get to go to this, which would be,
Which you will,
which would either be at a media event or someone's paying for it, because I dislike price fixed meals. I would definitely get both the regular offering and the plant-based offering, especially just for the cauliflower.
Yeah.
Cauliflower alone.
And then you get to choose 4 of the sides. There's loaded potato barrels.
Yes.
Fried pickles, Slinky Dog mac and cheese.
Yes.
No, that's Slinky Dog.
Slinky Dog
mac and cheese.
Bucking baked beans.
Yes.
Cowpoke corn on the cob.
Yes.
Mean old potato salad.
Yes.
What is mean? I'm trying as I'm reading these. I'm trying to figure out what. They're
Oh,
named
I
after.
emotionally checked out from these names like 5
What is
minutes
mean
ago.
old potato salad
It's
named
home
after?
style.
the
It's
toy-
home. Oh, mean old potato.
No, what is it named after? The Toy Story universe. Mean old.
I don't think. I think it's just supposed to be like a cowboy type thing.
I guess, yeah.
Because I mean, cowpoke corn on the cob. You know.
Yeah, just generic like cowboy things,
Yeah.
I guess. Anyways, and then there's veggie slaw, and then there's campfire roasted veggies.
No cute name for the veggie slaw.
That's
Yeah,
why I
they
said
just
they
said-
get to the end of it and they're like barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Veggie
I
slaw.
mean, I definitely like the fact that you get options for your sides instead of, we'll see how long that lasts. Instead of the typical, here's your sides,
Yeah.
Well, it's probably unlimited, right?
and that there's plant based options too. That they like the baked beans, which are often either in some other places in Disney World are either pork based or brisket based, or actually plant based.
And then for desserts, there's
yeah.
a cupcake a la Forky.
He's so cute.
So it's
There
a
it is
Forky
right there.
cupcake.
Yeah. Lemon and blueberry cheesecake. Billy's chocolate silk pie. Sign me up for
Very
that.
Yes.
Goat's apple pie.
Yes.
Yes.
And then Gruff's peach strawberry pie, which actually sounds
Yes.
really
I'd
good
try
as well.
it.
Yeah.
I would
and then
like
there's-
all those desserts.
Yeah, they all actually sound pretty good. And then there's a mix of cocktails. I'm not going to go through them all. There's
Mostly because we're poor.
yeah. Then there's some non-alcoholic options for the kids. There's a frozen iced tea. There's a frozen cocoa.
For the kids, like I wouldn't drink
I'm
this.
I'm imagining these are all extra.
Yeah, these are
Yeah.
probably add-on. And then there's a Partysaurus Rex, which is a strawberry lemonade garnished with gummy worms. So
Okay,
there
I'll
you
get
go.
that.
Where was that at the Typhoon Lagoon party?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, they were
at the-
saving it for this, obviously.
Yeah. So there's your Roundup Rodeo barbecue menu. And again, it opens up at Hollywood Studios on March 23rd.
Yeah, it's interesting how they're opening this and then they're closing Trails End at
Yeah, they announced. Yeah,
Do not talk to me about this. I am depressed.
there were a lot of people not happy about that.
It's me. I am the
Yeah.
people.
You were
well,
one of them,
it was
You could
the
literally
it wa-
get unlimited breakfast for $20.
yeah.
yeah, it was literally the least expensive breakfast
And
breakfast.
they
family
said, oh, we're
style.
going to take that one from you.
Yeah, can't
so,
have that.
Yeah, I completely forgot that they announced that was closing.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah. All right, moving on to some international Disney news. Tokyo Disney Resort shared some new details about their 40th anniversary. And guess what? They're getting a parade for their 40th.
Guess what? They get a parade every 5 years.
They get a
Guess
parade
what?
like every
Time
6
travel.
months, it seems like.
No, I mean Tokyo Disney Resort's 40th, which is being called Dream Go Round, kicks off April 15th and then runs through March 31st of next year.
What a time to take my honeymoon.
The biggest
Right.
thing that came out of the announcement is the poster for Harmony and Color, which gives you a look at what some of the floats are going to be. And
Yeah,
I see a Pua.
there's a Baymax one, kind of going counterclockwise here. There's a Baymax. There's a Coco float. Moana.
And Pua. Go
Up.
back to Pua. No, she's like Pua.
Oh, Pua right
Yeah,
there.
there's
Very
Pua.
good.
Yes, Pua will be on the float apparently.
Love that for
And then
me.
there's an up float,
Kevin.
Yeah.
and then a Zootopia, and then there's over here. There's I'm guessing these are going to be like vehicles in the
Yeah.
parade. There's a RC with Woody and Buzz, and then Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope Von Sweets in her car, and so
And I
Very
will say
good.
this parade is definitely a departure from their other parades, because this has a lot of the newer Disney Pixar characters. Their
Yeah.
parades usually do not focus on newer stuff. Dreaming Up only had Baymax as far as anything, Baymax and Hero as far as anything new. Everything else was classic Disney. I mean, I guess the surprising thing on here is really, I mean, I guess technically Moana is a Disney princess, but there's not even any Disney princesses as part of this art so far. I'm sure they're in the parade, but
Yeah, usually with sometimes they just kind of sprinkle in some of the princesses, maybe with like a smaller float or something not so extravagant, and just to kind of mix in some of the other things.
But we don't always need princesses either.
The princess has always got to be there.
They're usually always in, and I will say, I mean, in Dreaming Up, the princess float was probably one of the most jaw-dropping floats in the entire parade.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Disney Harmony and Color, will be the parade in Tokyo Disneyland. Tokyo Disney Sea will have a new harbor greeting, which is basically Disney characters on a boat. This one's going to be called Let's Celebrate with Colors. They usually do that multiple times a day. There apparently will be Dream Garland.
Yeah, I have that up on the screen here now.
I don't know what's different than regular Garland, but
it's Disney. It needs
It's made of dreams buried to.
Well, no, I mean, if those of you out there who got to see our coverage of the 35th anniversary, they do up the decorations big for the anniversary years. It's a pretty massive, especially in the World Bazaar area as you enter Tokyo Disneyland.
Yeah, then it says Dream Garland pieces will also be available as special merchandise. And then this is a little thing that cast members will be wearing. It's a little name tag accessory that'll clip onto their name tag, which is pretty cool looking.
Yeah, that's and they'll have in a 40th anniversary name tag. And much like the 35th, there'll be decorations throughout the resort, including the hotels. And also on the monorails will be themed for the 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
So it's fingers crossed. Sid and I will be heading over there this year.
Same,
we'll
bestie.
To
check
Tokyo.
it out.
And then they said there'll also be stuff going on in the shopping area of Tokyo Disney Resort around Tokyo Disney for the 40th.
Yeah,
so
there'll be plenty of things, and this is on top of already the new nighttime show at Tokyo Disney Sea. So it's a big year for Tokyo Disney Resort.
And here's a look at their Cinderella Castle, and you can see some of the garland here, some of the bunting. Looks like they're gonna have a little 40th on it right below the clock, showing off simple yet effective decor for their 40th. So good stuff. So all right, moving on. All right, like I said, here we go. SeaWorld. SeaWorld Orlando's Seven Seas Food Festival is coming up here pretty quick. We've kind of been in a lull of special events at theme parks, and we got Mardi Gras coming up at Universal. We got Seven Seas Food Festival at SeaWorld Orlando, which kicks off February 3rd, and SeaWorld sent us some of the new stuff. It runs through May 7th, by the way, that guests will be able to purchase at the event as far as food goes. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You guys ready? I'm looking at some things.
Lots of new
here.
stuff this year.
Yeah.
All right. Here, I can say this one. Parmesan truffle fries.
Very good.
Pork belly fiota?
I think
Barry,
you
go
said
get your wife.
first
I need, yeah. Ropa vieja?
Ropa. Yeah.
Ropa vieja. Classic
Hail it with the
Reuben.
Puerto Rican
There we
man.
go. Yeah. Italian beef
Arancini.
arancini, yeah. Strawberry shortcake a la mode. Jameson bread pudding.
That sounds good.
Yeah, Jameson infused bread pudding topped with Jameson.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds good. Again, these are all new things coming this year. These aren't returning, or these are all new items that'll be available for purchase. There's new lobster and shrimp cakes, chicken and shrimp tagine. What is tagine? I guess it's like a stew.
I believe it's a stew.
Yeah. Chocolate mousse marquis.
Yes.
And then there's some new drinks.
And then there's the Let's Get You Trashed booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caribbean moonshine tasting.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Marmalade Mayhem, Cat 5, Passion Fruit Prohibition, Banana Breeze, and
Jesus.
PB&C Cannonball, which is all made with 80 proof moonshine.
Yes to all. Yes to all of those.
Barry's just in a corner.
Yeah. And then these are some of the mixed drinks that you'll be able to purchase. There's an Island Rum Punch,
Yes.
a Southern Peach, a Frozen Polynesian Summer. That sounds really
Yes.
good. Pineapple rum, mango, coconut cream, and pineapple juice. Yeah, sign me up for that. Aperol, is that how you say that? Aperol?
Yes.
You're asking two
Spritz?
other white
You're-
people.
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds good too.
Mediterranean Sangria, Tokyo Rosé.
Yes.
Tokyo Rose? I'm
To-
guessing it's Rose. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Rose. It's not.
It doesn't have a little
Rosé.
above the E.
Yes.
I just want Clint to say everything. He's like, "What flower do you have?" Rosé.
Rosé. It's a rosé. And then an Irish cold brew latte, which is Jameson cold brew, coffee, cream, and simple syrup. And then there's all sorts of different beers that are listed, which I won't get into. We'll get down here to here's the concert series.
So far.
So far, yes. February 4th is In Vogue. February 5th is REO Speedwagon. February 11th is The Commodores. February 18th is Collective Soul. February 19th is Jerry Rivera. February 25th is Don McLean. February 26th is Ludacris. Luda. March 4th is Joey Fatone and Friends. March
Hell yeah.
26th is Eli Young Band.
How do they have a better lineup than Mardi Gras? Would love to know.
Yeah.
Ludacris, yeah. Collective Soul.
I'm sorry. Can we
REO.
go back to Joey Fatone and Friends?
Joey Fatone, yep.
That one should be interesting because I mean we've seen them do a half an hour show at Epcot, and I imagine this show is going to be a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Concerts usually at SeaWorld are usually hour and a half
Yeah.
long. So
Yeah. So, but we have all those details up on our website if you guys want to go back and look at them. Pretty much of all the new menu items, some drinks, some food, and the concert list if you guys want to go back and check that out. So, all right. Moving on back to Magic Kingdom Disney. We got some new details about Tron Light Cycle Run as we chug along here to its grand opening on April 4th, 404.
lockers.
Yeah, we got locker details. Exciting stuff here. But first off, whether you're a fan of it or not, virtual queue will be required for Tron Light Cycle Run.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, what a concept that Cosmic Rewind will finally be open for Emily.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I tell you.
Same process as Ratatouille, same process as Cosmic Rewind. So we probably don't have to sit here and explain what virtual queue is. Obviously, you need your My Disney Experience app. You need a ticket. You need a park reservation. All that jazz. And you can go onto the My Disney Experience app and request a virtual queue. Tron Light Cycle Run.
How does that work again?
Yeah, all that jazz. Just go on your mobile device. Open the My Disney Experience app. Make sure
Go
you're
on your
logged in.
mobile device. Open
Yeah.
the My Disney Experience app.
Yeah, you got the voice for it, Barry. Give us the
Then
technical
close
support.
the app because it failed to load properly. Then try again.
Yeah, you're on a white screen of death. And then there will also be individual lightning lanes available for purchase, aka a la carte. So you can purchase
$20.
$20 individual lightning lanes.
I'm just imagining that's probably what it's going to be.
I'm guessing it's not going to be cheap at first,
No.
because hasn't I saw somebody say that Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway at Disneyland's been upwards of $20
Yes, it has.
since it's open. So I wouldn't be surprised if Light Cycle Run.
I will
is
not be paying that much. I will
different.
not be paying for that when we go.
You're gonna be shocked if you can get me on this thing once.
I'm excited. Like I said, I there's all sorts of.
They do have regular seats on the trains.
I want to ride in that thing. I forgot that exists, but it's like a regular roller coaster seat with like a lap bar and stuff. And I'm like,
I'm fine with that.
I wonder if you might
bike
get
is scary.
some nice little airtime pops out
that's
of that.
because it's in the back, right?
Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
the back.
Yeah, it's in the back of the train. So I completely forgot that existed, and I saw a picture of it on Twitter, and I was like, that looks kind of fun. Like, I don't know if you're gonna need like
That's the only way I'll be able to do it.
Well, I don't know if there's restrictions to it. Like, if you have to have some sort of disability, or like you can request it, or
I feel like you should be able to request it because I
yeah.
feel like it has to be accessible
I mean,
to
you might
anybody
have to
that wants
wait.
to ride.
Yeah, I mean, it may be like an extra weight or something, but but yeah, no, I'd definitely like to try that thing out.
Because I know that like there's a lot of people, like even my mom, for example, like I could not get her onto Hagrid's because she didn't realize that you could also sit in the sidecar because she didn't want to lean forward the entire time.
Yeah,
and I feel like a lot of people probably feel that way about Tron too.
Here's the thing with Tron versus Hagrid's. Hagrid's, you're leaning over a little bit to grab the handlebars. Tron, you're
and that's why I don't want to really do it because that makes me really nervous. So if they let me sit in the actual seat, I'm fine.
Yeah, you're really leaning over on Tron because it's just like the one in the movie where you're basically almost like laying on your stomach.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So, but anyways, getting back to the new details they shared here. Again, these lockers, very similar to Velocicoaster. For those of you,
so weird.
I have a video up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ThrillGeek. I kind of go over all this stuff. But it's going to be a double-sided locker system for those of you that have ridden Velocicoaster. Very similar process. You're going to put your items in one side, get on the ride, get off, and you're going to be able, in the video here, you can see it right here, you're going to be able to use your Magic Band park ticket and open up your locker on the other side. So I'm glad to see Disney adopting this technology. When I saw it on Velocicoaster, I was like, this is really cool. It just causes less congestion. Because we all know there's certain rides, whether it's at Universal, where have you, where the locker area just becomes so congested with people and, people going in and out. This double-sided thing really helps out with keeping the flow in that locker area. And then there is, I don't know if you saw it in the video, there is a small, right here, there's a small little area, storage compartment on each light cycle where you'll be able to put small things like cell phones, glasses, wallets, et cetera, et cetera.
Don't forget your phone.
Yeah, it's right there, right in front of you, before you kind of lean down and hold on to the handlebars there.
It's so scary.
I'm so excited. Like
I know you are.
I know the second half of the ride that goes up into the building it dies down a lot, but I'm a huge Tron fan, so I'm just nerding out about this whole thing. And then they shared a few more. Disney shared a few more details that there is going to be an on-ride photo and video. I looked it up. I didn't know this when I recorded our video for the YouTube channel. Shanghai just has the on-ride photo. We are going to apparently have a on-ride video, which is pretty cool.
It's just all your double chin as it looks up at you.
You're like this on the
Oh, God.
on the motorbike. Everybody looking
Honestly.
like they're like constipated or something.
It's me crying.
But then obviously the same thing for some of the other on-ride photos at Disney. You need your Magic Band with you, and all that stuff if you want it automatically. You can wear a Magic Band Plus, and it'll automatically link to your My Disney Experience account. So, Tron opening 4:04 at the Magic Kingdom. So be sure to check out. I don't have them up here. I mean, I could bring them up. Stephen Miller, he took some really cool pictures of Light Cycle Run on the Disney Parks blog.
The canopy.
Yeah, they are really cool pictures. So be sure to go check them out. Steven and I are always nerding. He actually said he was thinking about me when he was shooting the pictures, because him and I are always nerding out on Twitter, like back and forth about just Tron in general, not necessarily Light Cycle Run. He's a huge Tron nerd, so am I. So it was cool to see him being able to go in there and take some really pictures. So, anyways, that's it. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited. I've heard the launch is a lot of fun, and then like I said, the indoor part kind of slows down, but it's more for me just the nerding out part, that I'm gonna be on a light cycle on the grid and just completely nerding out. So, anyways, all right, let me get rid of that, because that is everything theme park I have. Like I said, it was kind of a week for theme park news, but like I said, we usually spend the last what are we at here? 32 minutes in. So we have some time. What you guys want to talk about first here? Movies?
Pedro Pascal.
The Last of Us?
I will talk about Pedro Pascal as long as you let me talk about Pedro Pascal. If you say his name long enough, you can summon him.
How many times have you watched the clip of him at that award show saying I can be your, what does he say? Your baby daddy or something like that?
So many times.
Yeah.
So many.
I forgot
I
what it
love
says.
that man.
Like, I could be your sexy baby daddy or something like that. And I don't know.
It's very
Anyways.
good.
Like
I
I
think
said,
my favorite tweet that I retweeted was I can't even enjoy The Last of Us because whenever that Pedro guy is on screen, I start giggling, blushing, kicking my feet, and twirling my hair.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I finally showed, not to get off subject, but I finally showed Cheryl the what's the Nicolas Cage movie with him in it? The God, it's right there on the tip of my
something
tongue.
talent.
Yeah, the massive weight of town or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, I finally showed that to
very
Cheryl,
good.
and she loved it. It's so funny. Those two are just great.
I
in that
just love
movie.
his.
Oh, when they're all drugged up with acid, they're
Yeah,
both on
so
acid. And he's just
good.
like
Just-
in the car, like all tripped out. Yeah, that movie's great. So
He also made like that face for like 0.5 seconds in The Last of Us, and I just went very good.
yeah, yeah. Speaking of The Last of Us, this week's episode 3.
I'm emo now
You're emo now. What does that mean?
because I was sad.
It's so good.
You are my purpose.
Like it is.
So
I love
good.
strawberries.
Obviously, for those of you, I mean, can we really get spoilerish about this? I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
If you haven't watched it yet, that's on you because it's literally the best TV show of all time, and you should be.
Yeah, I mean, literally, this episode was an hour-long episode of Frank and Bill, and in the video game, this is. I mean, they've been kind of following the first 2
Frank's
episodes.
not even a character you meet.
Huh?
Frank's not even a character that you meet in the game.
Yeah, you don't.
So
meet
the
him in
fact
the
that
game.
they've literally made an entire episode about
Yeah,
the
that's-
relationship was like
yeah.
so cool because you never got that story.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was getting with this. Is you know, you don't even see him in the video game, and their
You
their
find his
story-
body.
Yeah, he's just hanging out.
Literally.
Sorry, I had to. No, like this episode, I don't even know where to begin talking about this episode. It was so good.
Just Nick
it just-
Offerman.
I mean, just Nick Offerman and.
I couldn't help but laugh at Nick for like the first. Like I can't take him seriously because of his role in like The Office and stuff, and I just
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec. Yeah, thank you.
No, but that's why I think it was like perfect casting. For
Yeah,
Bill.
because his character in the Last of Us was there were a few
Survivalist.
a survivalist, yeah, which is kind of what he is in Parks and Rec. There's all sorts of TikToks of like him doing like building things and stuff in Parks and Rec, comparing it to The Last of Us. But no, this episode was just it was beautiful. Like you literally felt like you had at the end of this episode, you felt like you had known these two like forever. Like they were like you knew them. It was
I mean, I mean, him and Murray Bartlett, who played Frank, just
Yeah.
did an amazing job. The point of the episode is just, to show that like there's still a chance for hope and love in this apocalyptic universe. That it's not all,
Yep. It's not all doom and gloom and
doom,
destruction.
surviving.
Well, it's also how I look at it too. It's almost forcing Joel to love Ellie because he lost us. He lost Bill. He lost Frank. Like, how many more people is he going to lose? He doesn't even know if Tommy's still alive.
No.
So it's almost forcing him to develop a relationship with her.
Yeah. That note at the end, to remind him that he's a protector. He's, that's what he does. And,
Well, I think that was also the guilt too, because the letter says like use this and protect Tess.
Yeah.
And obviously we know what happened there. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just another nail in the coffin that he really can't do anything to save anybody, and he has to come to that realization.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is my favorite video game, by the way. So I could go on all day about this.
No, I mean, it was, it also, with the series, it really ties in with the video game. both the first one and the second one is like, some of the first one, I think it was one of the, not the original, but one of the first like representations of like an LGBTQ character in a video game.
Well, that's even the thing in the first game, like it's not even like really like laid out for you so much. Like you have to collect the notes, you have to figure out, the backstory with that. And then there's something that happens in a car that I literally cannot go into detail because but that's basically how you find out that Bill is gay, so that's fun. But it's like it was just nice to like not have to go through context clues because obviously you're not playing a video game. You're not going to find random little notes all over the place and figure out the story. So
no, I mean last week we discussed some of the little changes, some of the changes they've made for the TV show. Obviously, this being the biggest one so far. But I mean, like you said, what are you going to do? Have an episode of them wandering around the compound? Finding notes and pictures, and it's like that's not TV. Like I said, it served its purpose by telling the story it did.
The the scene where they were where they were in bed together, and he was like so scared to tell him about. Somebody worded it perfectly on Twitter. I have it. I'm terrible with like transitioning like what I'm thinking into words. I'm trying to find it here. Give me a second. Yeah. This guy on Twitter, at Redemption Arcs, he said, I felt the scene where he expressed that he was a virgin despite being a middle-aged man was very indicative that his sexuality was something he was uncomfortable sharing or expressing before the apocalypse. It's only after society is destroyed that he can emerge, and showing that life and death of these men is important because there is no ambiguity.
Well, there's obviously like past trauma there too, because especially like when he goes to like grab the piano sheet music, he's like, no, that was my mother's.
Yeah.
So there's obviously something there that, prevented him from actually being authentic.
Yeah, and he also, this guy on Twitter, he said, Bill and Frank got a queer power fantasy, one where they had full control over their world and their safety. They died eating braised rabbit and fine wine, controlling the remnants of a small town that would have cannibalized them pre-apocalypse. They ruled the world to the end. And then he said Bill emerges from the darkness after hiding from his small town. This was an interesting kind of analogy, because he was at the beginning of the episode when he's got his gas mask on and he emerges out and everybody's gone and everything. It says Bill emerges from the darkness after hiding from his small town, likely homophobic / conservative. Not to get too political, society. The world collapses, and he comes out stronger, happier, and more powerful, with full power over who he is, who he is allowed to love. So I thought that guy worded it perfectly. I shared his tweet on my personal Twitter. But yeah, no, it was such a great episode. I mean, this whole show so far has been some of the best video game adaptation movie.
It is literally the best video game adaptation I've ever seen.
Yeah, and I think I could easily say that too. I don't think anything else can compare to it.
Not even in the same league. I mean, you've got one of the co-creators is the guy who did Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Of all, I mean, of all
and that show was fantastic.
Yeah, that show was dark. And you have one of the video game co-creators.
Literally the guy who created the game.
Yeah. So. There's a lot.
Neil Druckmann.
There's apparently a lot of hands in the video game that have their hands in the TV show as well. Like even the actors. I saw some of the clickers were actually the models for the clickers in the video game. So they had them come in and be the actors for the clickers in the TV show, which is really cool because they're phenomenal. They're acting and all the little twitching and stuff that they do, the clickers and everything. They nailed it to a T in the TV show. I felt like I was playing what was that? The second episode when they first run into the clickers,
Yeah.
I felt like I was playing the video game. I was like, "Where's my controller?" I was like, it felt like I was right in the video game when he's like being all quiet, trying to reload his revolver and stuff. And
Oh, but that's the thing. That's why I like love about it so much is because like I'm a hardcore fan of this game, like extremely to the point it's unsafe. But like so I notice like the tiny little things like that.
yeah,
And even in the game, like even if you like reload your gun,
yeah,
like with the slightest sound, you will
they
get
can
attacked.
hear it. Yeah, yep.
And it's like just
That's-
little stuff like that. Even like seeing like in this episode, like the trip mines, I'm like, like it's just little things. And like even like the end shot of this episode is them driving away in the car, and you
In the
just
truck.
see, well, yeah, in the
Yeah.
truck, but you see like the open window, which obviously is the the bedroom that they died in.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
But even just like the curtain going like this, that's literally the load screen.
The loading screen on the Last of
Yeah.
Us. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
So it's
I
like very good. Thank you so much for this gift.
Yeah.
I love it very much.
I saw somebody post that on, it was either Twitter or TikTok, that the load screen of the game
Mhm.
is the same curtain flapping in the wind.
And I'm excited to see whenever we get to more of Ellie's backstory, especially like with the mall and everything like that, because that's the DLC and that's a different load screen. So I kind of want to see if they incorporate that screen as well.
I haven't played the DLC
It's
yet.
so good.
Yeah, I'll have to play it and get through it. I need to play. I when I got my PS5, I rushed through several games. Both of the Last of Us. I plowed through them.
But that's the thing. Even with Last of Us, like as fun as it is just to plow through it, if you take your time and you find like all like the little story beats and everything like that, it's so worth it.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely have to go back and because I have both the first one and the second one. Those were the first game. I was like, I have to play the Last of Us. I have to play it.
So
I have to play it. So yeah, no, if you're not watching The Last of Us,
What are you doing with your life?
Yeah, even if you're not a fan of the video game, even if you're not a fan of video games, just give this show a try because it is fantastic.
Well, no, that's even my coworker. I was like, "You started watching it, right?" And he was like, "Well, no, I never played the game." I was like, "So you're gonna start watching it?"
That's a lot of people's
and we're
mindset.
gonna go into great detail about the game versus the TV show.
Yeah.
And then after you're done, I'm gonna give you the PlayStation copy, and you're gonna play it.
Unfortunately, that's the mindset that a lot of people have with these video game TV shows. Movies like, oh, I haven't played the game, so I can't see the.
But I think it's
movie.
more fun that way because then you don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
So then by the time you're done, then you're like, wow, that was great. Let me actually go play the game and see the differences.
Sure.
I don't think
yeah.
I don't think it has to be reversed. Why should you play a game, know everything that's going to happen, and then go into it?
Yeah. No, I would definitely. I've always been on the flip side with these video game adaptation movies with Halo and everything else. I've played the video games and then I watched the TV show. I would love to be on the opposite side of that spectrum and watch the TV show and then go and play the video game just to have that kind of different perspective on it. So, anyways, yes, Last of Us, fantastic. I can't wait for more. How many episodes are they doing for this?
9.
I don't know.
Is it 9, the usual 9, 10
9.
episodes?
But
Yeah.
even like the rate that they're going right now, I really doubt that we're actually going to get to the end of the game. Like, I feel like-
allegedly the first season is the first game.
Well, they announced
And then-
season 2, and they said season 2 is apparently going to follow The Last of Us Part 2. So maybe things are
The
going to
first
start.
half of The Last of Us. It's allegedly their plan is it will take 2 seasons to do the second game.
Okay, so season 3
Because the season
will be the second.
there's more characters in the second game.
My only fear with this is that we're going to take the Game of Thrones route where we run out of source material and then we just do whatever we want, and that scares
just
the
a
crap
free
out
for
of me.
all. Yeah,
I don't like that.
yeah, that's true.
We'll see. They may just do a 3-season show. I mean, it's
I'm
not-
actually okay with that. And then if they
Yeah.
ever release a new game, then because obviously it will be years later and
Yeah,
the characters will be older.
that's true. All right, moving on. We got some DC news today from Mr. James Gunn himself. He
a lot of DC news.
a lot of DC news, which I'm glad to see all of these changes that he's doing. I'm still numb when it comes to DC, and
Same.
it seems like James Gunn has and who's the other guy that he's teaming up with to kind of head all this
It's
stuff?
Peter Safran, who's produced a lot of the stuff with James.
Yeah.
out of his different movies and other projects they've done together.
But James Gunn posted a video to his social media kind of going over the first chapter of the DC universe, which is titled Gods and Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
the
love
first
the comic
thing,
book store.
yeah, Gods and Monsters. Yeah, I forgot that's a comic book store here in Orlando. The first thing that'll kick off chapter 1 of the DC universe will be Superman Legacy. This will be the first movie that kicks it off. I don't know what, Barry. I'm gonna need your help because you're the comic book nerd here.
Yeah,
with the rest. I mean,
it-
I know who Superman is.
James
good.
Gunn is writing, hasn't decided whether or not he will direct it. It kicks off July 11th, 2025. This will not be another origin story. We will be picking up with Clark Kent's Superman at a moment where he's balancing his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing, which I'm all fine. We don't need to see Superman's origin story for the
For the 8 millionth time.
8 millionth time. Same thing. Same thing. One of the things I loved about the Batman is we didn't need to see Batman's origin story again for the 5 billionth time.
I'm sorry. Do you not want to watch his parents get shot in an alley?
In slow mo with pearls dropping.
The pearls dropping and the blood
So
dripping
good.
through
How
the
could you
water.
not?
Zack Snyder. But no, I mean the interesting thing, Matt Reeves will continue with the Batman, what is so far planned to be a trilogy. However, it will be in its own little universe along with the Penguin show that's coming to HBO Max. Basically, they're doing what DC would always call in the comics Elseworlds, the stories that were like sort of separate from the main DC continuity, and that's sort of basically where the Batman is going to be, because there's going to be another Batman movie, Batman the Brave and the Bold, which will actually have Robin in it, and not Dick Grayson Robin, the current Robin, which is Damian Wayne, Bruce's son, that he had no clue that he had. So they're based on all the announcements, they're digging deep into,
Yeah, there's some stuff in here that I have no idea what
the
it
comic
is.
book stuff. As far as other movies, The Authority, which I'm not even that familiar with, is going to be a movie which will take characters from the Wildstorm universe, which, if you want to get nerdy, comic books started with Image Comics, but then was bought out by DC. So that will be a team. Like I said, The Brave and the Bold. We're getting a Supergirl movie, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which will be a science fiction adventure, and it's based on Tom King's recent comic book stories involving Supergirl. And we're going to get a Swamp Thing movie.
That sounds pretty cool. I'm all for a Swamp Thing movie.
More horror oriented. The big news TV side, Creature Commandos, which will be Amanda Waller creating a Black Ops team out of monstrous prisoners. That will be an animated series written by Gunn. The other big TV announcements, Waller, which will star Viola Davis. She will be back. They are keeping her. And that will basically take place between season 1 and season 2 of Peacemaker, which season 2 of Peacemaker is still happening.
This is where it's just like so confusing because it just feels so messy.
Yeah, I mean, they're giving Booster Gold a TV show. So, I mean,
The Authority, like all this stuff. I have no idea what this is.
Paradise
Lost.
Paradise Lost will take place in the earlier era of the Amazons. Basically, we'll focus on the beginning of Themyscira. Probably the biggest TV event will be Lanterns, which will basically follow Green Lantern's John Stewart and Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
That's going to be that's probably the biggest series, and that will be just based so far. That's just an event series.
Yeah.
So that'll be a mini series. That's a huge thing because I mean, Green Lantern's definitely one of the big heroes as far as DC.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, the Flash, the upcoming Flash movie, which is still happening, that will be sort of the turning point for everything.
Yeah.
Because you still have Shazam
That's a
coming.
choice.
You still have Shazam coming out. You still have The Flash coming out. You still have the Blue Beetle movie coming out. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Peacemaker Season 2. Joker Folie à Deux.
It's the madness of two.
Gotham and the Gotham Knights show coming to the CW. Superman and Lois will continue on the CW for at least another season or two. And Pennyworth is so far continuing on HBO.
Pennyworth is my favorite trash TV show. I'm not going to lie to you. I love that show. It's so bad.
Well, it's weird because it started on Epix. Like, I think the first season or two was on Epix, but now it's over on HBO Max. And like I said,
it is insane.
On top of the Penguin show that's coming. That's, I think, they're just about to start filming that, which will feature Colin Farrell. And basically will sort of take place during events going on between the Batman and the second Batman, if I remember correctly. They did mention that, like, at some point Gal Gadot could be coming back. You know, all the current superheroes could be coming back.
Her name's not Gal. Her name's not Gal Gadot.
You're funny.
Oh my god.
Do you know how many people call her Gal Gadot?
I think
feel
it's
so
literally
bad for
only
her.
you.
No,
The only-
I know that. I know that's her name. I was making a joke of it that her, there's a ton of people that call her Gal Gadot. It's interesting.
The only thing they didn't bring up live action wise was Margot Robbie and Harley Quinn.
Yeah, because she's probably over everybody's crap.
Well,
Probably.
I know he previously said that Harley Quinn, that she will be coming back at some point. I mean, we all know Margot Robbie really wants to do a Harley and Ivy movie.
I'm sharing.
I would be for a Harley and Ivy movie. So
We all would.
I'm sharing the audio here. What he said here at the beginning was really cool about how they're going to kind of.
And it works within one story.
Yeah, right here.
DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation. That the characters are consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if something is
that's what I like.
outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds, outside of the mainstream DCU continuity. Now, Peter and I have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next.
So no, I kind of like what he said about they're basically trying to make it like the MCU. They're starting over.
Yeah.
They're trying to get some continuity to this DC extended universe, which has always been my issue with all these DC movies. They've gone off in so many different directions, and there's so many spin-offs, and there's no consistency to any of it. It's become a giant cluster, and that's made me lose complete interest in anything DC.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I will give them that they are swinging for the fences with a bunch of this stuff. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, doing multiple Batmans, bringing, like I said, doing Damian Wayne Robin. That's something only comic book people know. I mean, they've had him in the animated DC animated movies that you can like catch on HBO Max.
Yeah.
But I'm all for finally having Batman with a real actual, teenaged Robin, and
Yeah.
I think going with the one who's his son is probably the best idea, because Damien, the character of Damien, doesn't like to listen to his dad a lot. Let's just say that. And he was trained as an assassin, so
Yeah. But no, I'm all for, and I have complete faith in James Gunn doing this. Everything he touches is fantastic. So I'm excited for all this to get going and them starting pretty much fresh with the DC universe movies.
yeah. And
TV
I
shows.
think people are worried, it's going to be all jokey. It's like, no, it's there's a very good mixture of everything from horror to drama to very dark.
Yeah. Well, like you said too, James Gunn isn't going to direct everything.
No.
He's heading the ship, and he's taken.
No, and they're
control
bringing in a bunch of people. A lot of them who worked on other DC projects are going to are on a lot of these projects. So
Yeah. So
I think that's the biggest thing, is getting people, This is probably, I think, DC's problem always is getting people who actually like and enjoy the comics.
Yeah.
And, I think the thing we've seen with Marvel, especially as Marvel has gone along, is they have leaned more into comic books things.
Yeah.
They sort of tested the waters at the beginning, but as Marvel Universe has gone along, it's gotten more and more comic booky to the point,
Yeah.
we're about to get MODOK in live action. I never thought I'd see that.
Yeah. Quantum Mania, we're getting there. What?
Coming
does
up in
that
a
come
couple
out?
weeks.
Yeah. Black Panther Wakanda Forever comes out on Disney Plus tomorrow, so that'll be cool to watch
Great,
again.
because I never saw it in theater.
Aw.
It's good. I love
It's very
Wakanda
good.
Forever, so I can't wait to watch
You will
it again.
cry.
Jordan, did Jordan ever see? I can't remember. I don't think he did. I can't remember. I think just Cheryl. I don't even know if Cheryl saw it.
I think he went because I remember Cheryl posting a picture.
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
sure.
that's right. I think Cheryl and Jordan went because I went to the Disney Parks blog meetup thing, which was pretty cool. They had a couple authors there that did a children's book for Wakanda Forever, which we got a copy of.
Cute.
And so that was really cool. So
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, it's interesting. We just one quick thing before we wrap up is like the top streaming movies of like 2023 was like
2023.
there was only like the top 15. There was only one Marvel movie, and it was like The Eternals.
The Eternals.
That's why I mean, and Encanto was
Yeah.
number one by like so far ahead of every other movie. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see, like, based on what's popular on Disney Plus, Encanto, Turning Red was hugely popular. Moana is still hugely popular. If you're wondering why you're seeing Moana
because of
everywhere in the
Noah.
parks, Coco is still hugely popular. Frozen's, I guess, the oldest one I think on the list. But there's a reason why you're seeing all the, a lot of Coco, a lot of Moana, and I think next few years you're going to see a ton of Encanto. Hopefully they'll finally bring some stuff over here.
that Encanto live thing that was at the Hollywood Bowl or whatever it was, that was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. We sat down with the kids and watched it one weekend, a couple weekends ago, and it was actually really cute. I liked it. They did a lot of projection mapping, and they added some stuff after the like post production CG added stuff. It was a really cool little production. I liked it. So. But yeah, there's that coming out on streaming. What else? We got The Last of Us still coming out with more episodes. That's all I can think of right now.
Yeah, Bad Batch is going on right now until we get The Mandalorian season.
Oh, I watched the first episode of Andor, and that's about it.
We're slowly getting through it. Like I said the very last week, we're 4 or 5 episodes in. We had to stop cold turkey because Last of Us. And there's something else that we've been watching. I can't remember what it was.
I finished all of Cars on the Road. It was great.
I don't think I still haven't
You're
watched
doing great,
that.
Emily.
It's actually really cute. And I watched all of the
I think the kids
Tales of
watched
the
it.
Jedi thing. That was
We
good.
finally watched all the Tales of the Jedi. That was really good, and nice little setup for the Ahsoka series there at the end.
Yeah.
We finally watched the Zootopia ones too. Those were all cute.
Oh, I forgot those existed.
I know the
Yeah.
kids have watched the Cars on the Road because I know the scene of Cars on the Road.
I
or
totally
Yeah, I'm
forgot
like-
about Cars on
Yeah.
the Road.
It's so cute.
the kids have watched.
There's
it.
a Shining reference.
Oh, the elevator. Yeah.
It's
I
real
remember that
good.
one. Yeah. So, all right, crew. I think that's it. I think we're gonna get on out of here. With our weekly live stream. Again, it was kind of a quiet night tonight. Not a whole lot going on. But that's okay. We'll have Mardi Gras kicks off this
Saturday.
weekend. Yeah. Mardi Gras kicks off this weekend.
Emily will be at Seven Seas Food Festival
I
on
was
Friday.
I was about to say Emily is not going to Mardi Gras this weekend, but okay.
Yeah, Emily will.
I will definitely be at Mardi Gras opening weekend. So.
Yeah, too much crowds for me.
Emily
But yes,
will
I am
be,
going to Seven Seas Food Festival.
You'll be there with Janine covering
Yeah.
that, so we'll be there covering that and Mardi Gras, And yeah, that's about it. I mean, we've covered Festival of the Arts pretty good at Epcot. Barry will probably be going religiously here, watching more Broadway performances as the weeks go on here. So look for probably more tweets from that. And yeah, I think that's it. So Barry, why don't you tell everybody where they can follow you and where they can follow ThrillGeek and all that stuff. And Emily, you can tell people where they can follow you if they want to stalk you, follow you.
I mean, most people do. It's at Geek Notice. It's probably just going to be Pedro Pascal memes. I don't got that much time on my hands,
worth
and
a
that man
follow.
is handsome, so...
That's worth a follow. I
So
would
if that's
follow
what you
that.
want.
He's a handsome man.
Yeah, like I said
Handsome
earlier,
gent.
his I have a slight man crush on Pedro Pascal. I'm not afraid to admit that he's a
The
good looking
Holy
dude.
Trinity is Pedro Pascal, Oscar Isaac, and Diego Luna. I don't make the rules.
It's like the Infinity Stones, but those three just
Collect all my
collect
my
them all.
gorgeous men.
So, but yeah, Barry, tell everybody where they can follow you, ThrillGeek, and all that stuff.
I'm at Culture and Thrills on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and TikTok.
Just any of them.
We are at ThrillGeek on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook.com/ThrillGeek. Please like and follow our Facebook page. Twitch.tv/ThrillGeek, one of the homes for our live streams. YouTube.com/ThrillGeek. Please like and like this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for all our latest videos. ThrillGeek.com for the latest in theme park and pop culture news. And you're watching ThrillGeek This Week. And you can join in on the conversation on our Discord server.
Like this video if you also like Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
So many likes.
So
us-
at tag this video Pedro Pascal.
Give us a like on this video if you like Pedro Pascal.
You should
It's
have
so
already
funny.
liked it.
Well, it's so funny. His gun pose when he holds his pistols is the same with the Mandalorian and the Last of Us. With
I love it.
it's so funny. So, but yeah. Anyways, yeah. No. Be sure to join our Discord server, discord.io/ThrillGeek if you want to get on in there and join in on that fun. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at IMCG83 for those of you that wanted. I just noticed I didn't have our name things up
No,
on the stream.
it's fine.
Oh, yeah, and the most important news.
Nope.
Where is that?
Oh,
What is that? I can't
What are
see.
you showing?
Sorry.
Your camera is
King
not
of Hill
focused.
is coming back.
Old
on
man
Hulu.
yells at computer.
There we go. There's our names for the
Wow.
last
Wow,
for the last 5 seconds of the stream.
So glad I almost forgot it.
Oh gosh. So anyways, guys, take care, be safe, and we will see you guys back here same time, same place, Tuesday evening, 8:30 next week for some more stream goodness. So take care, bye. See you guys.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Do what you want.
See you in the parks.